In this video, we're going to talk about the 5 most important things that I've learned shooting revolvers almost exclusively for the past year. So the number one thing that I've learned is how important it is to grip the gun tightly. If you don't grip a semi-auto that tightly, it usually doesn't matter that much. There's ways of controlling the gun to where you don't have to have a super strong grip on it. But with a revolver, if you don't grip tightly, you're gonna feel every bit of recoil in that gun, and you're also not gonna be able to work that double action trigger as effectively to get accurate hits. So number 2, revolvers do not do well with abuse. They do great with neglect, but if you're gonna abuse these things, they're just not gonna work. They're more likely to have to be sent back to the factory. A lot of things can go wrong with these. They're fairly complicated. These are not guns you can just add oil to and they will keep running. You have to brush them off and actually clean revolvers if you're gonna shoot them a lot. I've had to send multiple revolvers back to the factory, whereas I've not had to send that many semi-autos back, and I've shot a lot more rounds through semi-autos than I ever have revolvers. So point of aim, point of impact is the third thing I've really learned about. If you do not have the right ammo that's regulated to your gun, then the gun is not gonna shoot spot on. If you run, say, 158 grain ammo, it's gonna shoot differently than, say, 132 grain ammo. So right here, I have some 158 grain ammo. I'm gonna shoot it at the target, and then I'm gonna shoot some 132 grain to see if the point of aim, point of impact changes. So at 7 yards, that ammo is shooting about 1 inch, 2 inches high. Now I'm gonna try the 132 grain and see how it does. All right, now we'll walk down to the target and see how it did. So right here, we have the target. Up here was the 158 grain ammo, down here is the 132 grain, and I did throw some rounds up there, but this was the point of aim. With the 158 grain, it was consistently 2.5, 3 inches higher. So make sure whatever ammo you're carrying in your revolver, make sure you know the point of aim, point of impact. Number 4 is concealment. These guns conceal amazingly well. Even though they're almost as large as most semi-autos, the shape of the grip, if you choose the right grip, is gonna make it even more concealable or as concealable as really tiny guns like the Ruger LCP or LCP2. And while they're bigger, that means you can get a full grip on them, and they tend to be a little bit easier to shoot, and they're a lot more reliable and accurate than those small little guns while still being just as concealable. Okay, so the 5th thing I've learned with a revolver is how you grip the gun, meaning how high your grip is, does not make the gun necessarily more controllable. A lower grip will actually mean less felt recoil in your hand. And also, you need a really good set of grips on the gun. That'll make a bigger difference than the actual weight of the gun. This gun is around 25 ounces, and the gun I have that I'm wearing right now weighs only 16 ounces. So let's see what the recoil difference is. So this is the lightweight gun that weighs only 16 ounces. It has a much larger grip that covers the back strap. I actually shot a tighter, faster grip with this gun, even though it's lighter weight, because of these grips. And again, getting my hand low enough that I just allow the recoil to dissipate up versus forcing it back into my hand. So I hope you guys have enjoyed these 5 tips on what I've learned about revolvers, shooting them almost exclusively for the past year. It's been a lot of fun, and I'm probably gonna shoot more revolvers next year. So remember guys, take charge and carry with confidence.